Brian, when they tell you on the tush-push fumble play, and what did you challenge afterwards?
Yeah, I'd just say our guys upstairs were pretty adamant about challenging the play. Have a lot of trust and faith in them, and it didn't work out. Not going to get any particulars though with it.
When he initially said you weren't allowed to challenge it, but you did again, were they wrong that you weren't allowed to challenge it?
Yeah, no, I respect it. I'm not going to get into the particulars of it. Again, I got a lot of confidence in the guys we have upstairs with that stuff, and it just didn't work out.
What did the officials tell you about the play?
I'm not going to get into particulars.
Scott's injury and the emotional after effect.
Yeah, feel absolutely terrible for the young man. Obviously, he saw it, or it looked bad. You feel for anybody on your team that goes down and has a really bad injury, and I feel, and I know the players feel the same way about Scott.
You guys announced he went to the hospital, so he can be returned?
I have not seen him. I haven't seen him.
How much have the injuries took a toll? You already came in short-handed, and the guys that the game last.
Yeah, you have to be ready to go. Next man up. So no excuses in that regard. I never will be.
Brian, you guys were still in it when on that 2nd and 26 and the 29-yard run by Tank. Can you just talk a little bit about what happened there?
Yeah, he squirted out there to the right, and I thought we had a couple chances on him, and he made a nice play. That was a big one. 30 whatever plus yards. So yeah, there's a number of those, in the run game that we gotta, we just didn't do a good enough job of.
What do you attribute to the struggles in the run defense?
Yeah, Pat, probably there's a number of things, I would say. Yeah, it's never just one thing when you give up 300 yards or whatever it was, close to 300 yards. Could be a call, could be a run fit, could be a missed tackle, a number of things. But that was obviously way too many yards against a team, that we knew, wanted to run the ball.
It started pretty quick for them, Brian.
Yeah.
The touchdown
Yeah, it's 65-yarder. They made a nice play, but we got to do a better job in that regard.
Did you guys feel any layover from the Denver game or how that?
No. I mean, they just they caught us in something and ended up making a big play for a fast start. So.
Did you think that OPI on Slayton was a fair call?
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on what I think on officials. They call it, and we got to play it.
How did you feel about Slayton's return, the right before Scott touchdown?
The little, you talking about the little hitch, and then he ran with it. Yeah, I mean Slay's. It's good to have Slay back out there, but we just came up short. But it's good to have him out there.
What did you think of Jackson's performance?
I think he battles, Dan. I think the kid battles and tries to give all the players chances to make opportunities, to make plays, and we had to do that for him. Are there a couple that we got sacked on? Sure, but there's give and take with part of that play too, of trying to make some plays, and he makes a number of them. Gets out of some loose plays, keeps his eyes downfield, gives guys chances down the field with the football. That guy battles. I just think he's a good young player.
We talked a lot about the chess match, and basically 2 weeks later, did they throw a lot of different things at you guys?
No, I just think they played. I mean, they played good. They got the run game going. I think we were around 50% on third down, somewhere around there offensively. We didn't get as many big plays. The run game was, I would just say, okay on our end, about 3.5-yard average, whatever it may be. And then they ran the ball and they controlled the game. They had some good field position plays in the kicking game. And all around played better.
Pretty sure by the end of the day you're going to be dead last in yards per carry allowed. Why do you think this has been a consistent problem for this group?
Yeah, again, I would just go back to today. And there's a number of things. Not good enough.
Jackson's now been sacked, I believe, 9 times these last 2 games combined. I guess, what do you tell him to try to help avoid those sacks? Obviously, you can make those plays as 10 plays, but what do you tell him to try to maybe avoid some of those sacks?
Well, we'll take a look at the tape and learn from it. I know he will. again, he's made a lot of loose plays too with it. So, we'll take a look at it, learn from it, and continue to work on it.
Brian, how would you assess Dexter Lawrence's play at this point this year?
Yeah, Dex has given everything he has. Again, it's a collective deal, Con. We can all be better. Dex gives everything he's got. He's double teamed mostly on every play. Got a lot of confidence in Dex.
Brian, Jackson immediately went down when a bunch of players did. When Cam went down, you could tell right away there's something bad.
Oh, did you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, they
So,
were right there. So
yeah.
Closer than I was. Then he had to come back and play the rest of the game, and this is a good friend of his.
Yeah.
I know it's big leagues and everything, but was that something that is very hard to do?
I think it'd be a good question for Jackson. I mean, they're football players. I mean, football is pretty much 100%. You're going to get injured at some point in time when you play. For everybody that's played, whether it's D3, high school, D2, D1, pros. It's a contact sport that, unfortunately there's injury, and there's usually quite a bit of it. But I know he's close with Scat. I'm sure, again, you'd have to ask him how he feels. I don't want to say how he feels, but I know that, watching Scat go down like that and the injury that he had, that's tough. That's always tough on everybody involved.
Did it change the mood on the sideline?
No, again, unfortunately, there's injuries in football, and it happens every week, every game, and you hate it, but that's part of the game.
Two more.
Step back, you guys have been battling last week with a crazy game.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a game that they kind of handled from start to finish.
Yeah, I just say, again, they controlled the line of scrimmage, and that was a major point of emphasis, and give them credit for doing that. When a team runs for nearly 300 yards, it's pretty difficult to control the game, if you will. And we missed out on some opportunities.
To have lost the two dynamic playmakers in Skattebo and Neighbors, just how challenging is it going to be to generate enough points to be successful going forward?
Yeah, again, that's part of it with injuries. You're going to have them, and you have to figure out different ways to do different things. That's why we've been using some 2 tight end sets and things like that. Whoever we have, we'll sit down and we'll put a game plan together we think, gives you a chance. And people got to, the guys that are here, we trust.
How concerning are the hits that Jackson did end up taking late? You're dealing with all these injuries.
Yeah.
He took a lot of hits at the end of that game.
Yeah, again, he's a competitive guy. You never want your quarterback to get hit. But he's a competitive guy. Led the team down to try to finish the game, try to get an onside kick. But, just overall, I thought that, give credit to Philly. They did a good job of controlling the game, really in all phases.